What's up, guys? Dylan here from Veteran Aquatics, and today we have kind of an announcement, kind of an update type of deal. But before we go ahead and get started, I want to say thank you. I have gotten so many subscribers in the last couple of weeks. It is crazy. My channel is growing really fast now, and it is awesome. It's a great feeling. I put a lot of effort into this, a lot of effort into the channel, and a lot of effort into my fish room. So if you haven't already, make sure to smash that subscribe button. We are so close to 1,000, I can almost taste it. But I will see you in a minute. Alright guys, if I seem excited, it's because I am excited. I'm excited because this fish room is getting kind of close to where it needs to be. So I got that other 55 in there the other night, filled that up, and I got my 20-gallon rack in. That 20-gallon can hold 21 20-gallon high tanks. There's, I don't know, I think I have 13 total. There's still another one out in the fish room, the other fish room, that I have to go get that's got my Africans in it. And then I have one more I have to go pick up at Scott McLaughlin's house, but that's about it. So most of those have fish in them. I've begun moving my fish, and I've begun moving my fish because the heat will be installed tomorrow. And in a couple of days, I will have all the air control nozzles I need to install my central air system, and that is exciting. I'm also excited because of something I found, but we're going to talk about that a little bit later. Because first, I wanted to kind of really update you guys on the fish room. Alright, so the 40 breeder rack's over there. We have this 55 that I painted. I will have to redo that edge. It's not a big deal. I'll touch it up with a paintbrush. Down there is, you can see that lone convict in there with the Texas, the Jag, and there's a pike cichlid and two plecos. So I have the 3 10-gallons that go beneath the 90-gallon. I don't know if I want to do more or not. They can work as fry grow out tanks, but with the amount of 20 breeders I have, I may just kind of keep what I've got here and kind of keep the rest on standby as spares. But the 90 gallon's going to go there, at least for now. The 125s are going to go there. The 220 is going to go where that bow front is after the heat is installed. I busted this 55-gallon tank moving it. My knee went right through it. So I have to get rid of this. And I have to clean up the garage in general. But there's Fluffy. Fluffy is pissed that he's in a 20-gallon. He was even more pissed last night when I moved him. But he's doing alright. He's only going to be in there for a little bit. Got some angels in there. I want to talk about these guys because these I got from my buddy Chris Matsko. So these are a breeding pair of Bella Union cichlids. They're a type of Acara. And you can see there the male is really pretty. Almost looks kind of like a green terror. Or at least a red line green terror. But they're not. You can see there's a couple of eggs left there. Because I pulled this out last night, or the day before when I was moving it, they came in contact with air, molded, they ate most of them. They breed about once a week. But they've been tearing up Chris's angelfish, and that's the reason I've got them now. I've also got a bunch of guppies. Like, a bunch of them. And it's kind of hard. Tanks are a little bit dirty. But you can see, like, there's a ton of guppies in here. There's probably 40 of them in here. Like, some of them are really nice. Some of them have like the Cobra Endler look to them. So I'm excited to grow these guys out a little bit and breed them out. And we'll talk about why I got those in a little bit. I also got a ton of mollies. Most of them are black and white. Some of them are black, Dalmatian mollies. But I got a ton of these. I got them from a local guy. Got them pretty cheap. Nice guy. And then in here I've got my black throat tilapia. I think there's a random convict in here. Convicts just, they never go away. And then I've got 4 more empties up here, 2 more empties down there. But let's head over to the other fish room so we can kind of talk about the point of this whole video and of where my future as a hobbyist, as an aquarist, and as a fish breeder is going to go. So here's the remnants of what was my fish room. You see I have 2 tanks in here still. There's the 90 and the 340 breeders. I've got my breeding pair of Bolivian rams in here. There's the female. I've got all these awesome Africans that I got at the last auction. These guys are starting to color up really nicely. Like you can see that guy right there. There's another male back there. I do have to separate these guys out so I can let the submales come out and determine what females I do or do not have. There's some peacocks, there's the haps, and the OBs. Those two are empty. Over here we still have 2 Oscars. That is a male and a female, but I do not want to breed them. Then we have the Oscar and the Mayan. This is my amazing angelfish tank, and it kind of started with the angelfish, if I'm being honest, because I got so many pairs. There's quite a few pairs in here that I actually have to separate out. These are the original ones that I got. There are 6 of them. There's a couple of Cory cats in here. There's another one down in the corner. And I've got about 10 clown plecos. So I was hoping to get a breeding colony of them established. Then down in here, we have my bandit cichlid pair, my red-head Tapajos pair, or orange-head Tapajos, sorry, and the nice sultan pleco that I got when I was helping to pack up Reef to Rift. But what's the point? We're looking at fish. Alright, I'll get to the point. The point is this. The point is this is going to become a for-profit fish room. We're close to getting monetized on YouTube, but it's not going to be anything substantial for a while, and I'm okay with that. But I do want to start supporting the fish room with the fish room, if at all possible. To do that, I need to start breeding some stuff out and selling it. So let's go back to the other fish room. Let's talk about how I'm going to do that, and maybe how you could do it too, right? Man, I can't wait to get these big tanks set up. Sorry, tangent. So, the for-profit fish room. How am I going to do it? Well, to start with, I'm going to be breeding things that I know locally people are going to want. And for me, it's mostly cichlids and live bearers. The Cichlid Club of York, clearly that's a good way to go with cichlids. The Aquarium Club of Lancaster County seems to focus, they're more mixed, but they seem to have a lot more live bearer type stuff. So that's why I got the guppies, and they're staple fish in the hobby, as well as the mollies. But that's not the end of it. So it's important that I run this room as economically as possible, thus the central heat, the central air system, all designed to be as economical and hands-off and cheap as possible. Because I gotta tell you, the electric bill running heaters for every one of these tanks would be astronomical. You can do it, but it's not recommended, which is why I'm gonna heat the whole room. I'm lucky enough to have a fish room that I can heat to whatever temperature I so choose. The central air system is going to save me also on electricity, but it's also going to save me on filters. One, I'm not spending the electric running all of these different filters, but 2, I'm only running sponge filters. I don't have to go out and buy a bunch of hang-on backs and canisters and stuff like that. But, and let's get to the point, I am going to end up selling fish online. Now, originally I thought maybe I'll do my own website, but then I came across something that is part of what I believe in so strongly in this hobby that I have to at least try. And that is Our Fish Collective. So Guppy Guru, who is another YouTuber, collaborated with a couple of folks. They created this website called Our Fish Collective. And I will put a link to that down below. They are already selling fish. So Our Fish Collective is a community-based collective of breeders that sell fish to the public. To become part of this, you need to, he'll send you a box with shipping materials. You will package it up and send it back to him, just to make sure you know how to ship fish. And that's a good thing, because there are people out there, sometimes on Aquabid, sometimes local folks that decide to try to ship fish for the first time, that don't actually know how to ship fish, and it causes casualties. So to avoid that, they want to make sure that everybody's getting a kind of a uniform shipping experience, and that's the reason why they do the test. So after you do that, you can post your fish for sale on Our Fish Collective, and they are your fish to sell. And what I mean by that is you're not selling them to the Fish Collective, who will then sell them. You are selling them through the Fish Collective. There is some that is taken out, and here's where the name collective comes into part. So Guppy Guru was talking about having a collective fund set up for the collective. And what that means is if that rack behind me decided it was going to fall apart because I did something wrong and all the tanks shatter and I lose the fish, that collective fund would be voted on amongst the collective breeders to decide if it would be used to help me either repair the damage caused by that or to replace some of the stuff that I lost. And I thought that was really cool. But the main reason that I like Our Fish Collective is just because it's a collective of breeders coming together as a community to sell fish in a nice, streamlined, modern website. Aquabit's great, but it's not streamlined, it's not modern, it's kind of Aquabit. So I really like that Fish Collective, or Our Fish Collective, and I like their website design, and I like the way Guppy Guru broached it. I'm a huge believer in the community, in supporting the community, and helping the community grow. So if we can do that as collective breeders, that is awesome, and that is the way I'm going to be selling and shipping some of my fish. So once everything gets up and running, once everything is breeding, once everything has grown out a bit, you will be able to buy my fish from Our Fish Collective. I haven't gone through the shipping process test. I'm not worried about it. It's not that hard. I kind of wanted to wait until I got everything going before I started that process, but I will. So I will put a link, like I said, down below to that in the description so you can check it out. But that's why I have guppies, that's why I have mollies. I want to be able to breed and ship things that people want. A lot of people keep guppies, a lot of people keep mollies. And that is the thing with for-profit fish keeping. It goes kind of away from what you want to keep and what you think is best to what is best for the people that are going to be buying it. Alright? So I'm going to be focusing on smaller cichlids. I'll have a couple of bigger cichlids because I do love my large cichlids, and I definitely want to breed the jags that I have, and some of the other stuff. I'll keep some of the angelfish and the rest will just stay in the display tank, but I will pair out quite a few of them. That way I have angelfish, guppies, mollies, cichlids, all sorts of stuff. So bear that in mind if you want to start for-profit fish keeping. Corey from Aquarium Co-op, Michael from Michael's Fish Room, they've all kind of gone through this process that I'm going through right now, and they've learned that they need to keep the stuff that their clientele wants, not necessarily what they want to keep. And this is always going to be a community-based DIY type of channel, so don't misunderstand the direction that we're going with this. I'm still going to be building stuff, we're still going to be doing DIY projects, we're still going to be putting out budget videos and fish room tours and all that sort of stuff. Just my personal hobby goal is going to be to support the fish room off the fish room. YouTube will be part of that once we, break the 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 hours of watch time, but it's not going to be the main source. And I do want to become a more integral part of my local fish keeping community, in that I want people to have my fish that I bred, that I raised, and I think that's going to be really cool. So let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know if you've bred fish for profit, what your experience was, if you have any tips for me, because this is my first time really doing a for-profit fish room, because the last time I sold fish to a local pet store, I was 12 years old, and they were guppies, and I was getting like 50 cents a piece. It let me buy a couple more guppies. It was pretty much what it was. But that's today's video, guys. So this is going to be a for-profit fish room. I'm trying to do everything the best way that I've learned how throughout my time in the hobby, and hopefully this can help, kind of teach you what to do on a larger scale maybe. But we will focus on other things going forward. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up. I'm just really focusing on getting this fish room done, built, and stocked. And speaking of stocked, Cichlid Club of York auction is this coming Saturday, so I will definitely be shooting a video for that. I will definitely be coming home with more fish, because I have some tanks that need to be filled, and I need more pairs of more things, right? So thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate everyone who's already subscribed. If you haven't already, do me a favor, support the channel. Click the subscribe button down below. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. I am here to stay, and I will keep putting out good quality, helpful content. Thanks so much, guys. Have a phenomenal day, and I will see you next time.